and welcome to a mini episode of Predictocast, the podcast where we predict a movie storyline after watching only the first 10 minutes and knowing nothing else about it. I'm Josh, and with me as always is Skinner. Hey, Skinner.
Hey, Josh. Hey, everybody.
On these mini episodes, we like to get the predictions started early by revealing the name of the film we'll be discussing next week on the show, and then predicting the movie's story based solely on the title. We are still in Maytreon, so this pick comes to us from one of our Patreon supporters. It is the Gina Radcliffe half of Kill by Kill, a really great podcast you should be listening to. Gina has been on the show several times before talking about dog movies. I'm surprised she didn't give us a dog movie to cover, but she may have given us something very interesting. So next week on the show, we are covering the Diana clone.
What I love is that I know we have recorded hours and hours and hours of podcasts. I could tell in that when you were doing the introduction, when you laid eyes on the cover art for the Diana clone, because your voice started to crack for 1 second. I know.
Stop. Movie, Stop what you're doing right this second. Look, go on Amazon. This is on Amazon Prime. We haven't watched any of it yet, so we're kind of going in cold, as we do. But look at the cover of this thing. It looks ridiculous. I'm unsure of where this is going to go. And as you brought up before we started recording, this is kind of timely. We've got a royal baby that was just born. That maybe that's a clone of Diana. Maybe we're living in this movie right now. We don't even know it.
This movie, fucking hell! Like, I'm so excited for this one for probably, bad choices. I'm sure, but like, Killing a Satan, fantastic movie, great start to Maytreon. What the fuck is this? It's a movie about a Princess Diana clone? What? I mean, why does this exist?
I guess because there's no question that that's what it's about. Because again, you have to look at the cover. There's a fucking picture of Princess Diana on the cover of this box, and someone's holding like a DNA strand in a tube. So like, they're being very obvious about what this movie is. So I mean, we can kind of dispense with the formalities and just say, obviously they're cloning Princess Di. How tasteless is this going to get? That's my question.
Oh my God. It'd be really, if you wanted to go full tasteless, first thing you do is you start the movie where they're going to build up to cloning Princess Di. You don't give the main event right away, right? So you first you clone Sarah Ferguson. You clone Fergie.
Okay.
The original, the OG Fergie. That turns out only okay. Shove that aside, send it to Easter Island. Next.
That's where all the failed clones are, just bumming around on Easter Island.
I
love that idea. Clone Island, and it's just, they go to Easter Island and it's just random clones of people.
That's where they all go. They're just buried under, there's a little underground cavern down there. They eat a lot of coconuts. It's great. But I want like this all this DNA like power that they're using in this movie. That is how they've kept Queen Elizabeth alive for so fucking long.
Oh, I like that.
And then when she dies, they can send her clone to the island.
So you went far less tasteless than I was thinking, which was that the movie begins with the horrible car accident and people like harvesting her DNA very quickly.
Okay, when you said far less, what I said, I thought you were going to say they have cloned Princess Diana, Princess Di, the world's princess, the Candle in the Wind version 2. They brought her back to fuck her.
Oh God! Wow,
like, that's about as tasteless. Like, if this was a pornography, and this is, instead of doing the porn parody, which is called Princess Sex Diana, they instead come up with this entire plot where they clone Diana for pornography.
Oh, I was going to say that it could be. What if she is cloned and it's the clone that dies, or they orchestrate her death and use the clone to bring her back and like try to install like a puppet government?
How about we know that Princess Di was tiring of the spotlight, such as it was in England. They're a little obsessive about the royals, and she can never not be royal, as opposed to that song. What if the person who cloned Princess Di was Princess Di? She cloned herself to become the public-facing Princess Di. And then she killed her clone.
She killed the clone, and then the real Diana went to Easter Island. This is instead of being the clone island, it's the real person island. This is where all our celebrities who got tired of the spotlight, who have released their clones on the world, the real ones have gone to Easter Island, the realest island of all. I mean, literally anything that we've brought up is, if this is in the movie, then it's going to be tasteless, because like we've talked about this on the show before, whenever films try to take a real thing and then weave it into a fictional story, it doesn't always work. And this is so blatantly like about this thing. Like, it's about a real person who really died in a very tragic way. Like, there's no way that this can be good, right? Like, I know we don't want to go into a film thinking that it's going to be bad, but like, there's no way that this can be good.
What if it's like a masterpiece theater type piece and it just has terrible art and an awful, awful name, but it's actually a really nice 1990s period piece?
If you look it up on Amazon, there is an option to watch it on Prime Video. There's also an option to buy it on DVD for $9, which
can I buy a collector's plate of it?
But the Amazon cover, the Prime cover, doesn't have any text other than the title. The DVD cover, though, has a tagline, and it says, "When there's a clone of a princess, everyone wants her."
That leads credence to my theory that it's a pornography.
I was thinking it was going to be like a Beatles Band on the Run sort of thing. Well, not. I guess that wasn't Beatles. That was Wings, right? Fuck. You know what I mean? Hard Day's Night is what I was thinking of. Jesus Christ.
If I say same difference, I mean fucking the musicophiles are going to come smashing in on this. And if the Forge Network ever adds a music podcast in there, they'd have to wage war on us. But
I meant Hard Day's Night. But, you know, it's there's a clone and she's running around in the city and everyone's chasing her. We're going to have like musical montages of the clone of Diana running through the streets while crowds of people chase after her.
So here's like, we don't often go off the cover art for the minis, but this one, the picture of Di herself is kind of like, it's a drawing, it looks like kind of like you would have a picture of if you were in the Commonwealth, like myself, like you would have a picture of the monarchy on your currency, kind of like that, but colorized. It makes me think of what I've always wanted in a clone movie, because I've always wanted something in a clone movie, and I'm going to tell everybody what that is now, because I have this platform to do that, which is this podcast, and you're stuck listening to it because you've downloaded it, and why waste your time at this point? I've always wanted Hollywood, to make a clone movie where they clone someone from the past who's famous. However, the clone on screen the entire time is in crappy 1990s CGI. The entire movie. But no one in the movie comments on it. They act like it's a perfect replica. So we see this very very stiff jointed, really, hands that don't manipulate anything very well. CGI reboot, fucking Xena Princess, Warrior Princess monsters, CGI celebrity who's the clone of a dead celebrity, and the whole movie that person is in that mode. Badly lip syncing, it'd be so wonderful for me personally.
I would like that. I would like that. Mine would be kind of a play off of yours, which is it's not CG. They have created an animatronic robot that just stumbles around in the scene, but everyone acts as if it's a living human clone.
How about we grab one of the wax statues and we do a Weekend at Bernie style thing, except for instead of Bernie being a fake person in a fake movie, it's, I don't know, Mother Teresa. It's the more beloved the person, the more their sack of dead skin being wheeled around and put sunglasses on, the better.
Oh, do you think we'll get that in here? Do you think we'll get like when the clone is kind of, if we see them formulating the clone, like it has to sit around and kind of, it's almost like bread proving, like it has to like firm up before they can do anything with it. So it's just sitting around with sunglasses on.
Maybe it has to get really big and then they put it in the oven like a shrinky dink and it goes down to regular size. I want to know if in this movie will they propose that they can clone other people?
No,
or
only
like,
Diana.
Yeah, like they've invented the technology to make a perfect clone of anybody, and all they've ever used it for and ever will use it for is to clone specifically Princess Diana. And they never even think about the further possibilities of this for organ farming, for bringing back Jesus, for bringing back Ra.
Let's clone Jesus.
You know that movie exists.
Oh my God! Now we have to find cloning Jesus
for our clone month. Which month has the best clone pun we could put in there?
Let's see.
Clone-tober.
I mean, any of those would work. Clone-vember.
Clone-vember. November has nothing else going for it, so why not?
Clone-vember. If you know of a Jesus clone movie, reach out to us on social media.
You know where to find us. You know what we want.
I think we should wrap up this mini episode because I'm ready to see how tasteless the Diana clone is.
God, I hope this isn't a boring pile of shit.
Knowing that it's from Gina gives me some hope.
I am as full of curiosity and hope as I have ever been before a movie that we have ever done.
Yes.
This is literally the top. This is the very top. And we have watched some real shit shows.
And if you want to know exactly what the hell is going on with the Diana clone, you're going to have to join us next week when we talk about the film. Until then, I've been Josh.
I have been the clone of Skinner.
Perfect. And we predict you'll join us. If you like the show, subscribe, rate, and review us over at Apple Podcasts. We're on Twitter and Instagram at PredictoCast, and you can find our entire back catalog at PredictoCast.com. Our theme music is by Kyle Sledge. Find more of his work at SoundCloud.com/GeistMusic. To get monthly bonus content, sign up at Patreon.com/PredictoCast. PredictoCast is part of the Forge Audio podcast network. For more information and other great shows, check out forgeaudio.net. As always, thanks for listening.
Welcome, travelers, to the Mundane and the Arcane, a 5e D&D podcast. I'm Matt, the Dungeon Master for our new campaign.
I'm Deacon Bishop, and I like to party.
I'm Gronknag Vagan Smith, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
And I'm Zenko, and I cast Guiding Light.
Come join our party as they explore the river town of Tristalin, fight threats like magical crabs, and rob stores such as Bards and Nobles. We release bi-weekly. Now everyone, I'd like you to roll initiative.
Forge Audio.
Dream it.
Build it.
Share it.